When I was 6 years old, I was in love with a boy called Greg. Now, I currently identify as straight. You don't need to know that about me. I'm just telling you this so that you understand the kind of an affection that this was. At that stage in a person's life, they often develop an attraction to a favourite teacher or a cousin, or in some particularly sad instances, the family dog. In my case, it was Greg. I thought he was amazing, and I wasn't the only one who thought so. He used to get extras work in Australian children's television shows, and his mum got him work in children's clothing catalogues. He was incredible. And then one day it was announced to the class that his mum was taking him away to live in South Yarra, which, in case you don't know, is the posh people's suburb. I was heartbroken. I spent all summer holidays in mourning. And then one day I got an invite to his 6th birthday party at the house up in South Yarra. My mum dressed me up in my nicest clothes and drove me out there to the party, and I walked in, and it turned out that the new friends that Greg had made at his new school didn't like me very much. They locked me in the toilet until I was screaming and kicking at the door to be let out, and then when they let me out, they pushed me down the stairs. And when one of the adults announced that they were going to be playing Pass the Parcel in the living room, the kids declared that they didn't want to play if I was involved, and Greg agreed with them. At that stage I decided I'd had enough and just ran sniffling out into the backyard. And in the backyard there was a group of adults sitting around waiting for the party to finish and getting drunk. And one of them took pity on me and decided to try to play a game of frisbee with me. He stood at one end of the garden and hurled the frisbee at the sad boy, and it sailed through the air and slammed straight into the bridge of my nose. Blood poured out like a faucet, and I just sat at the adults' table sniffling into a big bloody pile of tissues until my mum came to pick me up and take me home. And that would be the end of the story. Usually it would be the end of the story, except the thing is, the week of Greg's birthday party, his father, in the big empty house that he and his mum had left behind in my suburb, hung himself from a light fixture. Now, I'm not saying that the death of a father is just retribution for my hurt feelings, or that growing up without a father is recompense for my jilted 6-year-old heart. I mean, what kind of a monster would that make me?
All right, switch places, everyone.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Martin. When I was 6 years old, I was in love with a boy called Greg.